I felt it's publicly bullied a little bit, just by, when I read things that clearly aren't true, or that, whichever way someone looks at it. At 41, Pippa Middleton has finally confirmed what fans have been wondering for years. The quiet whispers, the wild guesses, she's now set the record straight about her husband. It's not just gossip anymore. Her words have stunned many and answered questions that were never asked out loud. What happened behind closed doors? Join us as we reveal the truth. When love finds its way. The beginning was simple and casual. There were no intense or dramatic feelings. It was just a nice connection that didn't require much effort in the beginning. However, everything shifted when Nico Jackson entered the picture. He wasn't like any other guy. Nico was tall, charming, and extremely good-looking. He seemed like he should be featured on a magazine cover. People started to take notice. Eventually, the gossip turned into news headlines. The elite circles of London couldn't get enough of them. Pippa and Nico were known as the most popular couple. They were always together, attending weddings, going to fancy clubs, and enjoying special moments in public. Whether they were at fancy events or casual parties, they were always seen holding hands and seemed very much in love. Nico was not afraid to show his affection in front of others. Sometimes they were seen being affectionate in the mountains, and other times they were spotted together at a nightclub. It was obvious that he was infatuated with her and didn't mind who saw it. However, the relationship between Nico and Pippa wasn't just for show. It was genuine for a certain period of time. Nico's family showed genuine warmth towards Pippa, with his mother even describing her as delightful and expressing her happiness with their relationship. This kind of approval is not easily given, suggesting that their bond was growing stronger. As a result, rumors about their engagement started circulating, with many people convinced that a proposal was imminent. For a while, it felt like a dream come true, happening in reality. However, the dream faced a setback. In the summer of 2014, Nico took on a new job in Geneva. While it was an amazing opportunity, it brought a lot of changes. This led to the two lovers being in a long-distance relationship all of a sudden, which is often complicated. They made an effort. They did. Pippa even began to learn French, maybe to feel more at ease when visiting. She would travel to Geneva, while he would return to London. They spent weekends trying to make up for lost time apart. However, both of them had busy lives. Pippa had her career, dealt with constant media scrutiny, and had a full schedule. Nico's job in finance kept him busy every day. Gradually, the physical distance between their cities turned into emotional distance between them. In October 2015, they broke up after being together for nearly 3 years. It was a peaceful breakup, but it was very sad. It was clear that there had been deep love between them. However, sometimes love is not sufficient when you are in a long-distance relationship and barely get to see each other. Their lives led them in separate paths. Just as one chapter was finishing, a new one started without much attention. At the same time, Pippa and Nico ended their relationship. Rumors started circulating about her hanging out at James Matthews' house in Chelsea. Pippa's friends were quick to clarify that James was not the cause of the breakup. It appeared convincing, but the timing raised suspicions. One love story had just ended, and it looked like a new one was about to start. Shortly after, Pippa and James went on a journey to St. Bart's. They celebrated the New Year at Eden Rock, an upscale hotel owned by James's family. It wasn't just a regular vacation. It marked a significant moment. Those who were close to them began to gossip. Evidently, James had always had feelings for Pippa. He never completely distanced himself. Even when she was dating Nico, James remained nearby, holding on to hope. He was someone who waited patiently, without being too aggressive or disappearing. Even though their timing had been off before, there was always a strong, quiet, and undeniable chemistry between them. Sometimes the right person comes along when it's not the right time. But if you're fortunate, life may give you a second opportunity when the timing is finally perfect. While she was in a relationship with Nico, James and Pippa spent time together. Their connection was genuine. Although not romantic at the time, they embarked on the challenging race across America in June 2012, a 3,000-mile cycling event through 12 states. In September 2013, they tackled another sports challenge in Sweden. Although they were not officially a couple, it was clear that they shared a strong bond. In March 2016, they finally made the decision to stop hiding their relationship and no longer just be friends. They made a public appearance together at a ski race in Norway, sending a clear message that they were officially a couple. From that point forward, things progressed swiftly and smoothly. They journeyed together and participated in various events as a united team. It was clear that their dynamic was harmonious. The strong bond that existed between them was finally given the opportunity to further develop. Their relationship felt perfect, as if the final puzzle piece had finally fallen into place. In July 2016, something special occurred during a trip to the Lake District when James proposed to Pippa. The proposal was intimate and sweet. Pippa initially tried to keep it private to savor the moment before the news got out, but it didn't stay a secret for long. It was clear at that point that their relationship was not just a casual affair or a rebound, but something solid and long-lasting. Their journey together was not straightforward, with unexpected twists and pauses. Love can sometimes come to you in unexpected ways and takes a longer route, but when it does, it feels like being at home. This didn't put an end to her relationship with her sister Princess Kate. Let's look into their relationship. The heartwarming journey of sisters. Pippa Middleton and Kate Middleton have a strong bond based on love, trust, and shared memories. They have been close since they were young girls, and their relationship is always warm and joyful. Their childhood was filled with love and happy moments that brought them closer. Despite life changes, they have always supported each other. Their sisterly bond is both touching and inspiring to many. Pippa and Kate came from a loving family. Kate, who is older, was born in 1982, and Pippa followed in 1983. The sisters were raised in a tight-knit household with their younger brother, James, and their caring parents, Michael and Carol Middleton. Their family believed in being close, kind, and truthful. These principles formed the basis of the strong bond between the sisters. They were each other's closest companions, and as they got older, they carried on sharing their aspirations, confidences, and life moments. During their childhood, Kate and Pippa lived in a small village named Bucklebury in Berkshire. The village was peaceful, secure, and welcoming, allowing them to have a simple and enjoyable life. Their parents put in a lot of effort at work, but still managed to prioritize spending time with their children. Inside the Middleton household, there was always laughter, storytelling, and games. The sisters enjoyed playing outdoors, riding bicycles, and discovering the nearby countryside. They had a great time inventing games, dressing up, and engaging in imaginative play for hours on end. Through these carefree moments, their connection became even stronger. Kate and Pippa are sisters who are close in age, but have different personalities. Kate is seen as calm and reserved, while Pippa is outgoing and energetic. Despite these differences, they complement each other well. Kate provides comfort when mandated, while Pippa brings cheer. Together, they fit together like puzzle pieces, creating a strong bond of love, support, and understanding in their sisterhood. During their time in school, the two friends became even closer. They both went to St. Andrew's School in Pangbourne, where they worked hard in their studies and participated in various activities. Whether they were playing sports, joining clubs, or spending time with friends, they always had each other's backs. If one of them was feeling anxious about a test or school event, the other would provide words of encouragement. Their mutual support never wavered, as they always watched out for each other in all aspects of life. Afterwards, The girls attended Marlborough College, a famous boarding school. It may have been tough being away from home, but they had each other for support. Living at school strengthened their bond even more. They talked, laughed, and supported each other through tough times. Their teenage years played a big role in forming their close friendship. They had memories of their childhood together, and now they were creating new ones as young adults. As they grew up and entered adulthood, Kate and Pippa started to take different paths in life. Kate went to the University of St. Andrews in Scotland and met Prince William there. Meanwhile, Pippa studied English literature at the University of Edinburgh. Despite living in separate cities and becoming more independent, they kept in touch regularly. They would call each other, visit whenever possible, and share news with each other. The distance between them never affected their strong bond as sisters, which remained unchanged. When Kate joined the royal family, a lot of things in her life shifted. She had more duties, faced more public eyes, and had to navigate a whole new world of traditions. Despite all of these adjustments, Kate stayed true to her origins. Throughout it all, Pippa remained a constant presence, cheering her on and offering unwavering support. Pippa acknowledged Kate's new responsibilities, but never stopped being the sister who knew her like no one else. She stood by Kate not only as a family member, but as a best friend who comprehended all of Kate's experiences. Pippa created her legacy and made a name for herself. She discovered her unique voice and sense of self. She gained recognition for her accomplishments, public appearances, and writing. Even though she was in the public eye, she remained down to earth. She didn't try to overshadow her sister Kate and vice versa. They have always supported each other and celebrated each other's successes. Their relationship is based on love, not rivalry. As they both had children, their bond grew stronger in a different way. Kate and Pippa now had more in common: motherhood, family life, and raising kids. They discussed parenting, shared advice, and helped each other navigate the ups and downs of family life. Their kids brought them closer, providing more opportunities to stay in touch and be part of each other's everyday routines. The affection between them blossomed into something even more special as they embraced motherhood. Even though they live busy lives, they prioritize spending time with each other. Whether it's attending family gatherings, celebrating holidays, or having peaceful visits, they stay connected. They have a deep understanding of each other's lives and provide each other with comfort and support. They have shared memories, a similar upbringing, and a love for the little things in life. Their connection is not based on being famous, having fancy titles, or looking good. Instead, it is rooted in years of laughing together, having open and honest talks, and trusting each other. Since their childhood days of pretending to be someone else in their house to now having their families, Pippa and Kate have remained close. Their relationship is genuine and simple, and it has only gotten stronger over the years. Despite going through various ups and downs, they have always stayed loyal to each other as true sisters. They demonstrate that the bond between siblings is strong and unwavering. Their close relationship highlights the strength and tenderness of sisterhood. It is not flashy or attention-seeking, but rather calm, devoted, and caring. They continue to treat each other with the same kindness they had in their youth. Their bond is profound and filled with a type of love that transcends words. Although they may be known to the public, at the core of their tale is a deeply personal and genuine bond, a friendship that has lasted since childhood and remains strong today. Their affection for one another is authentic, and that is what gives their story its charm. Their relationship goes beyond just being siblings. It is about being a cause of comfort for each other in a constantly evolving world. The story of Pippa and Kate Middleton is more than just being in the royal spotlight. It's about two sisters who grew up together, shared their dreams, and supported each other through all stages of life. Their bond, formed in childhood, has only grown stronger over the years. They find comfort in knowing that no matter where life takes them, They will always have each other. Their shared journey is filled with memories, both significant and insignificant. Each experience from playing games as children to reaching important life milestones as adults has strengthened their bond. Even though they may have taken on different roles now, in each other's hearts they remain the same sisters who grew up in a loving home playing under the same sky. Their story serves as a lovely example of the true meaning of family. It emphasizes the importance of staying in touch, being there for each other, and loving without limits. Pippa and Kate demonstrate that despite the constant changes in the world, it is the simple things such as sisterly bond, love, and shared experiences that hold the most significance. Their relationship is a great example of true love and a strong connection. It's not about being flawless, but about always being supportive of each other. As they move through life and experience new things, their bond will stay just as sweet and strong as it has always been. Could this be the reason Kate chose to be with her sister on a significant day? Pippa Middleton's magical wedding. On the 20th of May, 2017, it was a sunny and beautiful morning. The sun was shining brightly, making everything look more vibrant. This was a significant day for Pippa Middleton, who is the sister of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Pippa was marrying James Matthews, a wealthy hedge fund manager and former racing driver. There was a lot of excitement and anticipation surrounding the event. And even though it wasn't a royal wedding, it had a similar grandeur. People all over the world were eager to see how things would turn out. Many were wondering about Pippa's outfit and the overall presentation of the day. Everyone knew that her sister's royal wedding had set a high standard. It would be intimidating to follow such a grand event. However, Pippa managed to do it gracefully and charmingly in her unique style. The wedding was held at a beautiful small church in the country. It took place at St. Mark's Church in Englefield, Berkshire, which had a charming and peaceful atmosphere. Location seemed like something out of a storybook, surrounded by green fields and close to the Middleton family home. Even though it was only 50 miles from London, it felt like a completely different world, quiet, private, and timeless. Shortly before midday, the attendees started showing up. They were eagerly anticipating the arrival of the bride. When it finally happened, it was a moment to remember. Pippa showed up with her father, Michael Middleton, in a classic 1951 Jaguar convertible. It was a stylish, old-fashioned car that added a touch of vintage glamour. As the car arrived, everyone turned their heads and admired it. It was a stunning moment. All attention was on her, and that was totally appropriate. Then it was time to show off the gown. Pippa's dress was everything people could have wished for. It was created by Giles Deacon specifically for her. The lace, the style, the small romantic touches, it all blended perfectly. The gown had a high neckline and delicate cap sleeves. The back had a heart-shaped detail that added a romantic touch. Every stitch looked like it was made with care. It was reported to cost around 40,000 euros, and it was evident in the quality. Pippa looked beautiful, every bit the elegant bride. She had a delicate veil made by Stephen Jones and a tiara by Robinson Pelham. Her shoes were classic ivory satin Manolos, ideal for the occasion. The bouquet she held was lovely and filled with various types of flowers. Each flower had a special significance. It was clear that every detail had been planned carefully, and nothing was overlooked. The event was kept private, but still had a lot of excitement. Although there were around 300 guests in attendance, it felt more intimate compared to the 1,100 at Kate and William's wedding. The crowd was sophisticated and understated. Among the attendees were well-known figures like Prince William, Kate, Prince Harry, Princess Eugenie, and even tennis star Roger Federer and his wife Mirza. The guest list was impressive, yet the overall vibe remained friendly and personal. Kate, who is Pippa's sister, wore a delicate pink dress designed by Alexander McQueen. It was obvious that she picked it out with care so as not to overshadow her sister. She was even spotted assisting Pippa with her dress and train before the ceremony started. This simple act spoke volumes. Kate remained in the background, allowing her sister to take the spotlight. This was a considerate gesture that highlighted the close bond between the sisters. The smallest stars of the day were Prince George and Princess Charlotte. George, who was 3 years old, was a page boy, while Charlotte, who was only 2, was a bridesmaid. They looked very cute in their small outfits. Children can sometimes be unpredictable at weddings, but Kate handled them perfectly. She guided them with care to ensure everything went smoothly. Kate's calm and gentle approach helped keep everything on schedule. At 12:30 in the afternoon, the bells of St. Mark's Church rang, signaling the newlyweds to exit the church. The atmosphere was joyful as the couple came out. They appeared comfortable and genuinely happy, showing no sign of pretending or stiffness. Their love was evident, making the moment feel sincere and heartwarming. It was clear that they were lost in their happiness, creating a special and intimate atmosphere for everyone witnessing the event. After the ceremony, the party kept going. The food served was memorable and consisted of 5 courses with hints of James's Scottish background. The event was sophisticated yet approachable, giving off a festive vibe that all guests appreciated. A vintage World War II fighter plane flew over later in the evening, adding a dramatic and exhilarating touch to the celebration. It brought a unique and romantic element to the event. The celebration continued beyond the party. Attendees danced outside, used a photo booth, and saw pictures of Pippa and James displayed on the house. The evening was enchanting, fun, and filled with love. It was a memorable night that guests would remember for a while. The event was organized perfectly, yet it had a natural and heartfelt feel. Of course, the media was present everywhere. Approximately 100 journalists were waiting outside with their cameras ready for the perfect picture. Royal fans were also gathered nearby, hoping to see someone famous like Prince Harry or Kate. There was a sense of excitement in the air as people compared the wedding to Kate and William's all day. However, they were 2 different types of beauty. One was grand and watched by billions, while the other was personal, elegant, and private. However, there were certain aspects that seemed recognizable. Pippa's lace dress resembled Kate's wedding gown. They both carried plain white bouquets and wore tiaras. The way they exited the ceremony also had similarities. Kate and William left in an Aston Martin, while Pippa and James chose a vintage Jaguar. Would it have been coordinated? Perhaps. Or maybe it was simply a charming coincidence. Kate's decision to wear a soft, peachy pink dress was intentional and not spontaneous. According to a royal expert, Kate made a deliberate choice to not overshadow her sister Pippa. She opted for a subtle color and simple style to ensure that all the attention was on Pippa. This thoughtful gesture speaks volumes about their strong, sisterly bond. Even though Pippa and James's wedding was not officially labeled as a royal event, it was still as lovely. The bride's dress was stunning. The location was perfect. Guests were affectionate, and the couple was happy. It had all the elements of a perfect wedding. The focus was on love, celebration, and enjoying the special moment with loved ones. When Pippa and James left the church, they appeared joyful and satisfied. It was a moment that stopped people in their tracks and brought a smile to their faces. It seemed as though a fairy tale had come true, if only for a day. The whole world witnessed this perfect moment, but over time, things began to shift. The early signs of trouble in their marriage started to become apparent. Initially, subtle hints that something was wrong were easy to overlook. Now, those signs have become more obvious. The once ideal day turned into something more complex. The reality is that not all love stories have a happy ending. The true events behind closed doors are just starting to come to light. There is still more to discover and delve into. The conclusion of this story is one that you won't want to miss. A charming life in the countryside. Pippa Middleton and James Matthews got married in 2017, and soon after welcomed their first child, a boy named Arthur Michael William Matthews. In October 2018, Pippa gave birth to Arthur at the Lindo Wing at St. Mary's Hospital, where her sister Kate also had her children. It has become a tradition for the family to give birth at the same hospital. Pippa's journey became even more special because she decided to share it openly. While pregnant with Arthur, she didn't just prepare for her baby privately. Instead, she wrote a personal column for Waitrose, where she shared her truthful experience. She discussed how her body was changing and what she did to stay healthy. Rather than indulging in luxurious spa days and elaborate routines, she focused on simple activities like stretching, going for long walks, and finding peaceful moments for meditation. Her approach was grounded, sincere, and relatable. Despite being part of a famous family, Pippa appeared to be just like any other mom trying to navigate through parenthood. In March 2021, Pippa and James had another baby, a lovely daughter named Grace Elizabeth Jane. Their family grew from 3 to 4, and the new baby brought a lot of love and excitement to their home. But the story didn't end there. In June 2022, they became a family of 5 with the arrival of baby Rose. In just a short amount of time, their house was bustling with the happy chaos of 3 little kids. Their kids, Arthur, Grace, and Rose, are similar in age, just like their royal cousins. You can picture them playing together during family gatherings, sharing toys, and possibly having some arguments like siblings do. It creates a beautiful image, right? All the cousins grew up together, creating memories. Currently, Arthur is 5, Grace is 3, and Rose is about to turn 2. This period in their lives is a combination of chaos, wonder, and pure joy. Arthur, Grace, and Rose are cousins with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. This means that when they have play dates, they are playing with real royalty. Birthday parties and family gatherings with their royal cousins must be filled with excitement and special memories. In 2022, Pippa and James made a major change to simplify their lives and feel more connected. They chose to leave their previous home and live in the calm countryside of Berkshire. Being closer to Kate and William is a great advantage, as it allows for more family time and a stronger support network for both couples. Apart from the beautiful scenery and clean air, living nearby makes it simpler to assist one another and for the kids to have more playtime together. Their new home is absolutely stunning. It is a magnificent estate valued at around £15 million, set on 150 acres of picturesque land. The area is peaceful, secluded, and has plenty of room for the children to play and discover. It is an ideal spot for a family looking to create their life away from public attention. In addition to purchasing a house, they are also part owners of Buckleberry Farm nearby. This demonstrates their commitment to being involved in the community and appreciating the outdoors regularly. While Pippa doesn't often discuss her personal life, she occasionally gives a glimpse into it. During a recent interview with a sportswear brand, she talked about how being a mother fills her days. She is busy with school drop-offs, snacks, laundry, and cuddles, cherishing all the small moments. Despite her busy schedule, she still makes time to stay active by running and biking with her son Arthur. She even used to run with a buggy when he was a baby. This demonstrates her dedication and involvement as a mother. Their lifestyle is unique because they have a strong passion for spending time outdoors. Pippa and James don't just occasionally go outside, it's a way of life for them. Pippa shared that she spent a lot of her childhood outdoors, and now she is passing on that love to her children. Their son Arthur enjoys running in open fields, exploring the woods, and playing in parks with their 2 dogs. Regardless of the weather, you can always find them outside appreciating nature. It's a lovely way for children to grow up, wouldn't you agree? The royal children have busy schedules and attend formal events, but the Matthews household is more laid back. Their home is probably a bit messy, and sometimes noisy, but it is always filled with warmth and love. Having 3 young kids, it's no surprise. This is what makes their life so appealing. They are actively involved parents who prioritize family time. Pippa and James are doing a wonderful job raising their children in a sweet and loving way. They have created a peaceful and nurturing environment where their kids can grow up freely, have fun, and appreciate nature. Their choices, not only in where they live, but in how they live, show a strong emphasis on family, outdoor play, and a simple form of happiness. Their life feels stable and full of love. Despite living in a world of royalty and celebrity, Pippa and James have managed to remain grounded. They enjoy simple pleasures like running through fields, reading stories, and preparing snack plates. These little things contribute to their overall family dynamic as they create something special together, one day at a time. A quiet love story. Have you noticed anything different about Pippa Middleton and James Matthews recently? If you used to follow them closely, you might be wondering why they are no longer in the public eye. Not too long ago, they were everywhere. Their names were constantly in the news, whether it was for a charity event, a fancy dinner, or a big tennis match like Wimbledon. Pippa and James were always out and about, even making headlines for their luxurious vacations in St. Bart's. However, things have changed. They have retreated from the spotlight, and few people know why. Let's reminisce and see how this once very visible couple gradually chose a different lifestyle. From about 2012 to 2016, Pippa and James were very popular in social circles. They weren't seeking attention, but also didn't shy away from it. They always appeared well put together, but not flashy. People paid attention to them not just because of their status, but also because of how gracefully they carried themselves. After her sister's royal wedding, Pippa had a radiant beauty, while James exuded confidence like a successful businessman. They were fashionable, elegant, and intriguing enough to keep people interested. In the past, you would always see Pippa and James together at various events. They were typically seen together at dinners, galas, or out for a walk in the city, looking great as a couple. However, their dynamics started to change subtly over time. They were seen together less often, and when they appeared at Wimbledon in July, it seemed unexpected. It felt like a rare sight to see them together. Those who had followed their relationship noticed the difference. Their last public appearance was in January 2022, before being seen together at Wimbledon. They used to attract attention effortlessly, but have been keeping a low profile since then. A cause revealed they had a date night on January 14, 2022, but after that, they disappeared from the public eye. There were no big events or social outings, just radio silence. It seemed like they intentionally decided to live quietly and privately. Looking at their current lifestyle, this decision seems understandable. They have 3 young kids, and that makes a big difference. They're not focused on being in the spotlight anymore. They prioritize being with their children and being completely present in the moment. Instead of attending fancy events and getting photographed, they probably spend their evenings reading bedtime stories and enjoying peaceful moments at home. Instead of glamorous red carpet events, they now cherish the little things that are important. They find joy in family dinners, relaxing with a glass of wine once the kids are asleep, and hearing the sweet giggles of their children in the nursery. Their life is not bustling and noisy. It's cozy, calm, and filled with love. Going back to their wedding in 2017, it was clear that Pippa and James wanted their special day to be private. There was no press or media coverage, just a small ceremony with close family. This was an early indication that they valued their privacy. As time passed, they became even more protective of their personal lives. It seems they no longer felt the need to share their story with the public, as they were content with their private world. And then there were moments that got people talking. For example, one Christmas they didn't celebrate with Pippa's sister Kate. in the royal family at Sandringham. Some people found this strange. They wondered if it meant something, if there was a disagreement, or if they simply wanted a peaceful holiday somewhere else. It's easy to read too much into these situations. Sometimes a holiday is just a holiday. We've all made different plans with family over the years, right? Their travel style changed when Pippa and James got married. Previously, they traveled together often, and their trips to St. Bart's were like a fairy tale. Now they travel separately, but it doesn't mean they are growing apart. James has a demanding job as CEO of Eden Rock Capital Management, which requires frequent travel for business purposes. On the other hand, Pippa takes care of their 3 children at home, managing the ups and downs of daily life. Their lifestyle changes are simply a result of their responsibilities and commitments, not a sign of distance in their relationship. Some individuals enjoy causing conflict. They gossip about potential issues in a marriage. However, upon closer inspection, the relationship appears to be stable and peaceful. It seems like they have found a new routine and are content. They are no longer seeking attention in public, which might be their preference. Relationships evolve over time. The excitement of constantly being out in public transforms into a more calm and steady type of love. It is a love that feels comforting and secure. This love is what keeps everything together, even without the glamour and excitement. Pippa had a tough time dealing with the media when she wrote for The Spectator from 2013 to 2015. She faced harsh criticism for her columns, which made her retreat from the public eye. Some think the negative feedback caused her to become more introverted, while others believe she simply didn't like being constantly scrutinized. Either way, she decided to prioritize her privacy, and that decision is understandable considering the circumstances. Everyone desires a life where they can have privacy and not feel constantly scrutinized. Pippa seems to have achieved this peace by stepping back from the spotlight. According to a friend, many of Pippa's friends have also chosen to settle down and live more quietly. They are no longer attending glamorous events, but instead are at home, spending time with loved ones, hosting dinner parties, and savoring leisurely evenings. Pippa now feels most authentic when she is at home, surrounded by those who are important to her. Perhaps the main focus of this situation isn't a scandal or a breakup, but rather a change. A change in priorities from fancy events to simple routines at bedtime, from seeking attention to just enjoying life. This new way of living may be more fulfilling in the long run. They haven't disappeared. They've just chosen a quieter path that is more meaningful. This couple is still the same, just living a quieter life with more love and less attention. It's not about withdrawing, it's about getting involved. Into the house they have created. Into the responsibility of being parents. Into a slower, but more meaningful life. In a world full of constant distractions and endless news updates, isn't peaceful love the most beautiful thing? Pippa and James may not attend every event anymore, but that doesn't mean they've disappeared. They have just decided what is most important to them, and that is love, family, and privacy. Just imagine them in their cozy home with their children playing, a gentle light shining, and a basic meal being prepared. It may not be glamorous, but it's meaningful and creates lasting memories. What is the kind of life we all want, and what could have happened to your relationship? A love between two worlds. Pippa Middleton and James Matthews appeared to be the perfect couple. Pippa is the stylish sister of Princess Diana, while James is a rich businessman. They seem to have it all: money, sophistication, attractiveness, and celebrity status. However, things might not have been as perfect as they seemed from the outside. But from the start, their relationship seemed like a modern-day fairy tale. Pippa was already well known, especially after her elegant presence at her sister's royal wedding. She quickly became the center of attention. On the other hand, James Matthews was wealthy and admired not only for his money, but also for his sharp business skills. Their union appeared almost like a storybook romance. James Matthews didn't just inherit his wealth, he also worked hard to build his fortune. He used to be a professional race car driver, but decided to shift his focus to the financial industry. In 2001, he founded his hedge fund called Eden Rock Capital Management Group. James is not just a minor player in the market. He is the founder and driving force behind a successful company that has made him extremely wealthy. His net worth is estimated to be around £2 billion. Achieving such high levels of success requires giving up certain things. James's schedule is filled with meetings, phone calls, emails, and more. He is heavily involved in every aspect of his work. Whether he is keeping an eye on the global markets or managing real estate projects such as their Buckleberry Park estate, he is always on the move, always planning, always working. They purchased the Buckleberry Park property for £1.5 million in 2020. By 2014, portions of the property had already been transformed into a profitable area, hosting events like Pilates classes and private parties. While it may sound enjoyable, it is also a job that requires full-time dedication. Now think about trying to manage a life like that while also being a committed husband and father. It's not simple. You can't just relax after a busy day and immediately be engaged. The reality is, James's life revolves around organization, stress, and drive. And that could be the exact reason why things started to feel unstable between him and Pippa. Pippa appears to be the opposite of her brother James, who enjoys business and fast-paced activities. She has always preferred a slower, quieter lifestyle. The attention she got after her sister's wedding was not always enjoyable. While the world found it thrilling, she found it stressful. She has talked about the exhaustion of being constantly followed by photographers, with people hiding just to snap photos of her doing ordinary things like getting coffee or taking a walk. Such a lifestyle would be tiring for anyone. Pippa has always shown a preference for privacy and tranquility. She enjoys spending time at home with her kids, savoring simple joys in life rather than dealing with cameras and hectic work meetings. While James may be busy on business calls discussing investment plans, Pippa might just want a peaceful morning with her family. When two people in a relationship lead different lifestyles, it can start to create distance between them. Their 2017 weddings showcased their differences. It was elegant, yet not overly extravagant. Pippa made sure to maintain their privacy, wanting to avoid turning the event into a spectacle for the media. Residents in the area were given special wristbands to confirm their residency, and strict rules were enforced to keep the press at bay. The focus of the day was on them, not on the world. Pippa aimed for a quiet moment just for themselves. These small details reveal a person's character and priorities. Pippa enjoys peaceful and simple moments like strolls in nature, spending time with her children, and quiet family meals. In contrast, James thrives on action, advancement, and risky situations. Both of them have their ways of living which are valid. If not dealt with, even the tiniest discrepancies can escalate into larger issues in the long run. Relationships are usually not based on just one big issue. It's usually a combination of daily decisions, conflicting schedules, different priorities, and unfulfilled needs. One person might want to take things slow, while the other is always moving forward. One person values privacy, while the other is in the public eye due to their job. These may not be dramatic issues, but they are significant in relationships. What do you think about their relationship? Do you think they will be able to bounce back? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, be sure to click on the video shown on your screen.